Hi, welcome to Thunder Lakes. I'm Micah, your friendly neighborhood bow tech, and today we're going to talk a little bit about turkey hunting. Something new that you see in my hands is a shotgun here and some turkey decoys and some other stuff, and let's kind of just jump into this and figure out our way through it. I'm not like a real veteran turkey hunter. I've been doing it for a few years. I've had some limited success, but we got a lot of products that can help everyone out from the novice to the veteran. If you're new to turkey, what do I do? How do I set up? There's 1,050 questions out there. Some of them are still running through my head every time I go. But I'm learning and I'm really falling in love with hunting turkey. It's kind of a different, but yet a really fun experience. Where to begin? Where to hunt? Where do I hunt turkeys? Well, a lot of times turkeys follow and stick fairly close to waterways. So if you've got a creek running through your woods or you've got a pond back there, any place you've seen turkeys, notice that back in this corner of this field, I've seen them quite a few times. Those are good places to go. There's a million ways to hunt turkeys, from ghillie suit hunkered down in the corner of a fence row to a ground blind, which is what I use. I don't get around that great, so I set in a ground blind and I set my decoys up in front of me. There's a lot of different ways. A lot of guys are strapping a turkey fan to their hip and then they'll flip it up and go chase them around the woods and call at them with a turkey fan. And turkeys, although they're incredibly stupid and they don't notice the hunter behind the fan, they see the fan. But a lot of times they are most incredibly great vision and they're very, very skittish. The least sign of something not right and they're gone. Being able to conceal your movements is one of the keys with turkey hunting. As far as calling turkeys, 3 major kinds of calls. I like a mouth call. They take a little bit of practice, a little getting used to. We got some here from Woodhaven. Any of these are really great options. Woodhaven makes a really good quality call. They produce great sounds. They're usually pretty easy to work. Different cuts in the reeds give them different properties as far as how they react, how easy they are to make certain turkey calls with, from purrs to clucks to kikis to whatever. Different cuts in the reeds make it easy to do that. You can always swap those out on the fly. I know a couple guys keep a couple of them in their mouth at a time. I'm not that good with them, so I go one at a time. I spit it in my lap and grab a different one if I want a different call. Box calls. These are the old standard, been around as long as any other turkey call out there. They work great, simple, easy to use. You don't have near as much practice in them, but still, pop up your YouTube, listen to some YouTube videos on calls, listen to the turkey's noises. Break out your call that you're going to use, whether it's a mouth call, box call, or a slate. I use a slate quite often. I don't have one out here, but I use a slate quite often and mimic those sounds that you hear the turkeys make. Some guys don't do much calling at all, just kind of to locate. Some guys do a ton of calling to really push that bird to come on in and get them into range. Another thing that helps people get turkeys into range is decoys. I run a pretty simple rig. I run a lay down hen, and I'll put a Jake like he's getting ready to party with that there girl. And that has a tendency to enrage and anger the toms. The older guys see this young guy out there trying to move in on their girl and come in to whoop his tail, and well, that's when I get to take my shot. Another good way to do it, even simpler, some guys just run a simple lone strutter. That's another good option, a good choice that you can use. Run a strutter. Turkeys think that, oh, here's another guy out blowing up in my area, and they come in to take him out. Preparation for turkey hunting. Preparation is a big deal. What do I use? Well, if I'm using a shotgun, my preparation involves selecting my shot that I'm going to use. We got the 410 TSS. We got some 12 gauge TSS. We got some 20 and some heavy metal Thunder, which I think is a bismuth, but it's a non-toxic. Depending on your range, you need to take them out there. You need to pattern your gun. Grab a simple picture like this and count your BBs. If you got 10 or 12 BBs in the orange where the kill range is, 10 or 12 BBs in there, you're probably good. Some guys like a little more than that. Some guys like a little less, but that's a good baseline to go with. If you can get 10 or 12 in there, then you're definitely gonna knock that turkey down. With a shotgun, aim for the head. That's gonna be your easiest way to drop them. Put them there, quick, clean kill, bird's done. When approaching your turkey, make sure he's had that final flop. A lot of times they'll go down pretty quickly and they'll flop and lay around. But then when they expire, they're gonna make a final flop. Make sure you see that, because otherwise you go to pick up that turkey, you're probably gonna get a whooping. They can be dangerous. They got big old spurs on them. They can cut you up. and they're incredibly strong, a lot stronger than you think, and they can whoop your tail. With archery, there's a couple different ways that you do those. A lot of guys use just their standard deer hunting broadheads. A lot of guys are like, hey, it's got to be a cut on contact fixed blade. Turkey feathers are really, really tough. Body shots on a turkey, you want to be high above the wing bone where you hit them in the body. In recent years, I've gone to a bullhead, which is a head lopper. I'm aiming for the neck. I don't have to worry about where that wing bone is. When they fluff up and stuff, it can be hard to locate that exact kill spot for a turkey with a bow. This, the neck is always exposed. You take his head off, he don't go far. And bullhead makes a great one from Magnus. These things are pretty tough. As far as their design, it looks like pretty easy to mess them up, but they're pretty tough. And these guys come with a lifetime guarantee. You jack up some blades on it, able to mess up the ferrule on it, send it to them. They'll replace it. It's great. With a turkey setup on a bow, I run a stiffer arrow than what my bow requires anyway. It just makes tuning easier for me. But a lot of guys will say, run a stiffer arrow than what you usually do, and run plenty of fletching to control these, because they do not fly like a field point. You're gonna have to take this out and practice with it. Shooting to an old pillowcase. An old pillowcase will stop this because it's going to absorb that energy and drop it. Slap one of these bad boys on a pillowcase, get down so you can hit that neck with every shot. You don't have to hit it dead center. This one gives you quite a range of where you can be and still hit that kill zone and take that turkey out with this wide of a broadhead. If you're gonna use a mechanical or a fixed, pretty much the same kind of rig you would run with deer hunting. Shot placement, shot placement, shot placement. That's the key. Hit him in the right spot, he's gonna go down. He may run a while, he may fly a while. That's kind of why they aim at the top of the wing bone. You put that wing down and get into the heart or into the cage inside that turkey, and he's gonna go down. He may run a little bit. They don't have a lot of blood. They're hard to track. Keep an eye on them. Chase them down. As far as the bow is concerned, whatever your standard deer hunting bow is, you don't need to back down poundage. You don't need higher poundage. Just run your standard rig. What you're comfortable with, what you can make your best shot with. Stop in, talk to us. You got me, you got Eddie, you got some of the guys that work here. All turkey hunt. We'll give you whatever help we can, point you in the right direction. You can see we got a pretty good selection here. This isn't all we've got, but this is some of the stuff that we've got as far as ammo for turkey hunting. And we got a range of broadheads, calls, decoys. There's a lot more expensive decoys out there. Some of the really fancy ones get about $200 a unit. There's some cheaper ones. I like these. I think for their price, look at the decoy and the quality that you're getting is really, really good. LeGrand makes a really good bang for the buck decoy. We have numerous shotguns. Got them with everything from just a single shot break actions to this rig, which is pretty fancy. It's got a turkey scope on it. Mossberg, the new, I think it's the new Mossberg semi-auto that we've got in is mounted for a red dot. So like if you got a K model red dot from Holosun or a RMSC red dot, it mounts right to the top of your shotgun. It's a really sweet way to get a good aim on a turkey. Sometimes you need more than just a bead sight, but if you're comfortable with just a bead sight, go ahead and run it. You don't need to be that fancy. Just whatever you can make a good shot with. I hunt from a ground blind. A good ground blind is, something that you can practice out of. Especially if you're shooting archery equipment, make sure it's something that you can practice out of. Archery equipment not in a ground blind is very difficult, just because these birds are so skittish. Turkey season's coming up here in the next week or two. We got youth season, and then we got regular turkey. For the most part, get out in the field. Enjoy the hunt. I've never had a bad time turkey hunting. I've gotten skunked a lot, but it's still a great time. And get out there in the spring, enjoy it. Shoot, if the turkeys ain't playing nice, go look for some mushrooms. No reason that you gotta come home empty-handed. Just get out there, enjoy the outdoors, and if you need any help with anything or any questions, come in and see us. We'd be glad to help you out.